Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the H1 FY26 conference call hosted by Premier Roadlines Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference, please signal an operator by pressing star and then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Akhilesh Gandhi from Stellar Investor Relations. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Gandhi.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Akhilesh Gandhi, on behalf of Stellar Investor Relations, welcome you all to the Premier Roadlines H1 FY26 earnings conference call. We shall be sharing the key operating and financial highlights for the first half of the year ended on September 30th, 2025. We have with us today the management of Premier Roadlines Limited, Mr. Virendraji Gupta. He is the Chairman and the Managing Director, and with him we also have Mr. Samin Gupta. He is the Whole-Time Director and a Chief Financial Officer. Before we begin, I would like to state that this call may contain some of the forward-looking statements which are completely based upon company's beliefs, opinions and expectations as of today. The statements made in today's call are not a guarantee of future performance, also involve unforeseen risks and uncertainties. The company also undertakes no obligation to update any forward-looking statements to reflect development that occur after the statement is made. Documents relating to the company's financial performance, including investor presentation, have already been uploaded on the stock exchange. I now invite Mr. Virendraji Gupta to state his opening remarks on the company's performance for the first half of the year ended on September 30th, 2025, and after that, we'll open the floor for the question and answers. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Gandhi, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on today's earnings call. I am Virendra Gupta, and on behalf of the entire Premier Roadlines team, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you, all of you. We hope you had an opportunity to go through our investor presentation that is available on the stock exchanges. Today, I will take you through the key financial and operational highlights for the 6-month period and the full year ended September 30th, 2025. The first half of the year is generally a bit softer for us because of the monsoon season and slower project approvals. However, this year we witnessed good demand in the over-dimensional cargo segment, led by higher activity in the power, cable industries, particularly in the transformer movements. To support the growth in our operations, we have expanded our owned fleet during the period. We have added 2 new pullers, 32 axles, taking our total fleet strength to 9 pullers and 106 axles. This expansion was funded through a careful mix of internal accruals and bank finance. In line with our asset-light approach, every investment is made after a thorough assessment of long-term values and returns, ensuring that our capital is deployed efficiently and responsibly. Looking ahead of FY26, we expect growth momentum to remain strong, supported by increased project approvals, faster infrastructure development, and a positive economic outlook. We are expanding our project logistics and over-dimensional capabilities to manage larger movements across sectors such as transformer, renewable energy, cement, hydrocarbon. With a specialized fleet, strong execution, trusted client relationship, Premier Roadlines is well positioned to capture new opportunities and play a meaningful role in India's infrastructure growth. Our focus remains on operational efficiency, disciplined growth, and delivering long-term values for all stakeholders. Thank you for your time and continued support. Now I hand over to Samin Gupta, who will walk you through our detailed financial and operational performance.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. I am Samin Gupta, Director and CFO of Premier Roadlines Limited. So I'll guide you through the financial and operational performance for the first half of financial year 2026. So our total revenue stood at 141 crores, which was an increase year-on-year basis of 25%. In terms of the segment mix, contracted integrated logistics contributed 35%, ODC contributed 32%, project logistics contributed 18%, and general logistics contributed 15%. Our EBITDA, which came in at rupees 13 crores, was up by 54% year-on-year, with an EBITDA margin of 9.3% when compared to 7.5% in the same period last year. Our profit after tax also stood at 8.88 crores approximately, which was up 38% year-on-year. And our PAT margin has improved from 5.4% to 5.4% from the last year 4.9%. The improvement in profitability was mainly driven by a higher share of ODC logistics, which continue to be more margin accretive. On the balance sheet front, we remain in strong financial position. Our ROE stood at 16% and ROCE at 20% and on an annualized basis. The debt-to-equity ratio improved to 0.19 times, reflecting our prudent capital management and continued balance sheet strength. Operationally, our total number of orders increased from 15,735 to 17,000 this particular year, while the number of customers served came down from 594 to 467. The reduction of customers has already been previously explained. It is a strategic decision to focus on high-quality, long-term partners with an entry barrier. Although the overall customer count declined, the rise in total orders reflect stronger engagement and repeat business from existing clients. The average revenue per order also improved from 71,599 to 82,870, which was supported by high-value ODC cargo movements. Looking ahead to financial year 2026, the H2, we expect strong momentum to continue in the project logistics and ODC, supported by increased infrastructure activities, which is a favorable macroeconomic outlook, and the rising capital expenditure across key industries where we are working for. We are seeing especially promising opportunities in sectors such as transformers, cement, oil and gas, renewable energy. Each of these areas require sophisticated logistics solutions that align closely with our core strengths and is a complete fit of our logistics services. We've also secured major projects from many names in this particular first half, and the next set of names will be updated soon. At the same time, we continue to deepen our relationships with leading clients such as Siemens, GE, Hitachi, CG Power, Atlanta, and Transformer Rectifier, and many more in the transformer industry. Our consistent focus on building long-term partnership has established Premier Roadlines Limited as a preferred logistics service provider for critical movements, especially in the transformer logistics. The transformer and the power equipment segment continues to gain traction. India's grid upgrades and the growing focus on renewable energy are driving strong demand for large transformer movements across the country, where our expertise and heavy haulage provides a clear advantage. In the oil and gas sector, upgrades in the refinery capacity, pipeline, storage facilities are creating a steady flow of demand of over-dimensional cargo and project logistics, where dependable execution and timely delivery are critical. Each of these sectors represent not only a significant opportunity, but also a natural extension of our work we already do. As these industries expand, we are confident that PRL will continue to be a trusted partner for supporting their growth. For the full year financial year 2026, our focus remains on operational excellence, disciplined capital deployment, and deepening our customer relationships. And our strategy remains clear as we continue to strengthen our asset-right model, expand into logistics intensive industries, and also build on our reputation for a strong execution in future orders. With that, we now open the floor for questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to please use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question comes from the line of Jatin Agrawal from Manish J. Mundada and Associates. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
You are audible, sir. You may proceed.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. Sir, you had previously promised or guided a 30 to 35% CAGR for next 3 years. That was, I'm supposing, in May 25. And this year you have already done 141 CR for the first half. So, sir, are we still on track for the 30 to 35% CAGR?
Yes, hi Jatin. As of now, we do look on track with the guidance as our business is typically H1 heavy, and you've seen in the past trends that H2 comprises mainly 65-70% sometimes, or it's an approximate number of the total revenue. So we do look at par with the guidance as given before.
So if I'm correct, then somewhere around 380 to 390 CR is what we could expect by the end of FY26?
I won't comment on any number. I won't comment a yes or no on any number. But as guided before, we will not change any guidances, and we would remain as it is.
Okay. That would I do. Also, my second question is, sir, previously you had said that you are targeting 75% ODC plus project. That is
on a full year basis. Yes, on a full year basis, sir.
On a full year basis. So, and currently by H1, I guess it is around 60% ODC plus project. So, can we expect by this financial year end 75% revenue share from these two categories, and also the margin improvement we can expect? Is it going to EBITDA? Can we expect a double-digit EBITDA?
See, like I mentioned, it was a clear goal and it was an objective that we had, that we want to be more of a project. We want to keep the revenue mix of project logistics and ODC more than contracted and general logistics. So our efforts will be as high as it can go to make sure that, we are staying up to the commitments and we are giving 75% revenue share of ODC and project logistics on a full year basis. And of course, once that commitment and once that objective is fulfilled, the margins will follow.
Okay, sir. Also, how is the feedback regarding the defense sector? You had recently entered the defense sector. Means you were defense logistics, and are you happy with what's happening over there? Because you had mentioned that they are not valuing your services.
Yeah, so we are not pretty much focusing more on defense now, because it's a very they do not value the provider, but they value the cost, and there's intensive competition there. There's no entry barrier. In some places, of course, it took us a very long time to get on their vendor list, but they are just comparing us with the normal unlisted players. So we believe it's a time waste for our organization, and we are not focusing more on defense. We do still cater to defense logistics, but that's a very negligible amount of the total revenue. So we are not keeping it as one of the key sectors like we are for others.
Okay. And just my final question, the new fleet that you had mentioned. So could you just tell me what new additions have been made by H1 of FY26, and what more can we expect going forward?
We have added gold offer axles and Volvo pullers in the previous financial year, in the previous half of the financial year. And going forward, on need basis, we shall be adding more. But I don't think that we will be adding any more axles for this particular financial year of heavy duty. But if required, we shall be adding some lower capacity axles of Indian-made manufacturers such as VMT or Super Game. So that is the plan as of now, and it's still on a very initial stage. But if something comes up in the business update, we will absolutely inform the investors.
And just the follow-up for this is, how are you planning to finance any of the further capex?
It's a mix. It's a mix of bank internal accruals and bank financing.
Internal accruals and bank financing. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Jatin. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Rajiv Kankaria from Faith Industries Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Rajiv, you are audible. You may proceed with your question.
Yeah. Hi, Samir. Just two questions from my end. Could you throw a light on the TAM for the ODC and project logistics overall market size? And since our revenue is somewhere around 200-300 crores for this segment, how big is the entire industry, and who are the competitors, and how big are they? Just
hi, Rajiv.
Yeah, hi.
I've got your question. So, like always, I've been stating that we don't have an exact number, but I can give you that sort of assurances that from where we are, we can easily grow 5 times to cater to the entire segment of ODC and project logistics. So that may answer your question, and that in that particular process also, we will be having a portion of the total addressable market. So that probably gives you an idea that how big the market could be.
But 5x from this size would still be a small segment, according to me. Do you think the TAM is that small?
See, it is just about our capacity I'm talking about. Of course, we will also have some limitations in terms of catering to that particular demand, and I can only comment about me. So I am comfortable, we are comfortable, Premier Roland is comfortable to grow 5 times with this particular market conditions
From the
also
current
right now.
resources you have.
From the, yeah, exactly. From the current resources I
So
have.
over
Because I
time,
will just, yeah.
so
Over
over
time,
the
as our
5 years,
resources,
say in 5 years you grow say 5x, and within that period of time, if you also add a few more resources to your entire fleet, so gradually you will also grow and the market size would also grow. But what is the current, maybe if you could just throw a light on
see,
how
boss,
big is your competitor as of now?
yes, see, I will not comment on any competitor because there's nobody on the listed front. On the unlisted front, there are many people who are competing with us. But just to give you an idea, like I mentioned, if my previous question does not satisfy your question, my answer does not satisfy your question. So just to give you an idea right now, so many number of there's so many number of renewable energy parks are in currently process. All solar panels are being sent there. All wind energy, wind blades and everything are setting up. So for that, you need transformers. For that, you need wind blades to be moved. For that, you need solar panels to be moved. So with the renewable energy right now kicking in and how it aggressively is expanding, so the demand and the total addressable market is huge, and there is no number that we can put to it because there's no available data online that what will the transportation spend on these particular projects that may come through. Right now, it's renewable energy, cement, and oil and gas. In say next 2-3 years, you never know which industry might be in more favorable conditions. And the good part about Premier Roadlines Limited is that we are very much diversified with all the segments and all the sectors. So we are working right now for close to 12 sectors, and we are we are working for all the big names in those 12 sectors. So the total market and the total opportunity is always there, and it's a huge opportunity. So, and I'll definitely try to get a number if I can, and I'll get back to you on mail or something if possible.
Sure, sure. So a follow-up on that would be, in say general logistics, we all know the entire market is crowded. So what's the comparator intensity in ODC and project logistics? Like, is this market as crowded as well? Because there's a lot of business you aren't doing as well, right, as of now. So is that market crowded as well in terms of offering?
I'll give you an example right now. So we are moving almost 30 feet high cargo from the ground level. When I say 30 feet, it's almost a 3-story building that we are moving on the road. It's coming from Chakan, which is in Pune. It is going to Barmer, Pachpadra refinery, which is of HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum. And it is the oil and gas equipment which is moving. It is a 3-story building that is on the road. So just to give you an idea how many people are competing for that, there are not more than 10 people who are eligible to bid for that particular project and to compete for that particular project and have that sort of capability and execution excellence and operational excellence to ensure that particular cargo reaches on time. So that itself gives you an idea and a confidence that general logistics, I agree, it's a crowded place. But when you go up the value chain, say over-dimensional cargo or project logistics, you are competing with only a few, a handful. I can name those competitors, and I can visualize those competitors when I'm thinking about that particular project or ODC logistics cargo. So that goes to show that the market is the customers are only trusting a few people, and it's not at all overcrowded. It's a very selective few that are always given a preference.
Got it. Now, the second question would be, since our customer base is now reducing as per our strategy, what would be the mix of, say, top 5 customers or top 10 customers? How much do they account for in terms of revenue size?
Not more than 10% of the revenue comes from the top 10.
Equally distributed. So
yes, it's absolutely. Since day one we've been telling, and I want to repeat it again. We are very selective with the customers we work for, and on paper the customer base is declining, but the quality of customers we are adding is uncomparable, and it is beyond reach of any logistics service provider, be it a listed or an unlisted player, to go and even have a cup of coffee in their particular offices. So the names that you see are the biggest assets that we have. We are on the vendor base of all the biggest names, and to become a registered vendor and to be a trusted partner for them is the biggest asset. And by this, it's an endless, I would say, process. We really want to just work for close to 300, 350 customers on a pan-India basis, and only the top names going forward.
Perfect. And what would be the average revenue per order only for ODC and project logistics if you remove the general logistic part?
I don't have a number, boss, but it should be in lakhs.
Okay. Could you give a guidance for the newly acquired supply chain company? Have you started business in that?
We cannot give any guidance on that.
Have you started business in that?
No, we have not started any business in that. Just normal, some ocean freights and some normal ocean cargoes are being booked. But it's not a company which is well mature enough to give a guidance that we can give a guidance. So we just stick to a guidance on a consolidated basis that we have given in the past.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Natasha Singh from Arihant Capital Markets Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is regarding your this Premier Worldwide Logistics. So just wanted to understand how you offer the services like ocean and air freight with the core domestic ODC project logistics.
So, ma'am, we started this wholly owned subsidiary a few months back, and we do have a separate division and team of people who operate in this particular organization, and they have sufficient experience from their past organizations in handling ocean freight and project logistics from the sea. And they have been successful to do a few shipments here and there, but because our hands are full in the domestic front, so we are also not able to, more concentrate on that and to ensure that that is also promoted. We are not able to put our time and our efforts over there. So that's why it's a slow-moving vertical right as of now. But in the future, maybe probably a year down the line, maybe 1.5 years down the line, it might kick off as the company matures. But as of now, it's just it's just at a starting point.
Okay, so we can see some of the things by H2.
No, you cannot see anything by H2 also. You will probably see some sort of contribution from Premier Worldwide Logistics starting of next financial year.
Okay, got it. The
thing is, yeah, I'll add more to it. The thing is that Premier Roadlines itself is, growing so fast and rapidly, and the orders are, completely piled up. So there is no reason to even consider Premier Worldwide Logistics balance sheet or the top line or the bottom line as a part of forecasting for Premier Roadlines as a whole, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, got it. Secondly, regarding the margins, as a given, almost 177 basis point improvement was there in the EBITDA margin, which is stronger than usually the demand from the power and cable industry. So basically, what specific structural cost for power pricing improvement you have been focusing on that?
I didn't understand your question. You were asking how we are able to improve the margins, or what is the question?
Yeah,
if you can repeat in simpler words.
Regarding the EBITDA margins from the power and cable industry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The specific
these EBITDA margins are not only coming from power and cable industry. These are just coming from over-dimensional cargo and project logistics that we've been doing for this particular half as a whole. But the majority comes from it. But it is how it is coming is a very tough answer. It is because there is demand of project logistics, and we are catering to that particular opportunity, and we are able to perform. We're keeping our operational checks in place. That's how we're able to get higher margins.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Podar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm audible, sir.
Yes, hi Deepak, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and many congratulations for a good set of numbers. So just wanted to understand how much is our revenue mix from transformer sector overall?
The overall, in the project logistics and ODC logistics, this particular first half of 2026, more than 50% of, approximately 55% of project logistics and ODC logistics has come from transformers only.
Okay. So that's a big number. I mean, so
Yes.
and what I understand, this transformer sector is doing quite well and expected to do quite well in the forthcoming future. I mean, maybe next 2-3 years.
Absolutely.
So we are reaping benefit of it, and we expect this benefit to increase as we go forward. So some sense on the transformer sector impact on us would be very helpful, because as I understand, we are very strong in this segment.
See, the thing is that, to transport the higher MV category transformers, which is 500 MVA, it is approximately 180 tons, 250 tons for different manufacturers. So different manufacturers have different configurations of these particular transformer, but the MV class is same. There is only a handful of providers in the entire country to handle these particular transformers, because they are, first of all, heavy in weight. Second of all, the sites where these cargoes have to be delivered is always critical. So just to give you an example, right now for this particular first half, we had approximately 8 to 9 transformers which were just before the foundation, before the plinth, which could not be unloaded because of the rains, and the roads were completely washed away. So that sort of complications are always there in transformer transportation, and us being leaders in this, we believe that in the next 2-3 years, when the transformer industry is booming, we will be a good part of it.
Okay. So this will also help you improve your objective of project logistic and ODC share going up to 75% from currently maybe 50-60%, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. And so is there any revised timeline? I mean, by when we are looking to achieve this 75%? Because earlier...
No timeline, sir.
No. Yeah.
It's a goal that we have. It's a goal that we want to reach. And it's just like let's hope that we reach it as soon as possible, because the faster we reach it, the better the margins will be.
Okay. I understood. Sure, I think that would be it from my side, and wish you all the very best. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask questions, you may please press star and 1. Our next question is from the line of Harshal Bayani, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes,
hi, Harshal. Yes.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations for the very good set of numbers. My first question is on data days. So this 6 months, I think data days is coming around 90 days. So is it sustainable in nature or one time? How is it?
See, nothing is one time, I would say. You can see a cash flow statement also. It's a very good cash flow statement, if you see.
Yeah.
And we have been successful in working only for, companies which are credible in paying on time. And that's the reason why our customer base is also declining, because it's a strategical decision that we have taken after many thoughtful meetings between our investors and also the board. And going forward, we want to maintain this particular good habit of ours for creating low debtor days and working only for customers which are paying on time. So you will see this trend continue in the next half and the future financial years as well.
Sure. Okay. My second question is on CapEx. So what guidance would you be giving for the CapEx for H2 and for the next year?
No guidance I can give you right now for the CapEx.
Okay. So any plans to purchase new trucks or?
There is no concrete plans. Therefore, I'm not able to give you a proper guidance on it. So if there is any concrete plans, probably it will be updated on the business update for the Q3.
Understood. Okay. Next question is on, so since we are signing up with such good customers, my question is on an average basis, what percentage of their wallet share we might be holding? How many vendors are there, and project wise, or you can give this wise, also ODC wise, project logistics wise. So how many are there too many? Yeah.
So I'll give you, in each sector-wise, I'll give you. So when I talk about over-dimensional cargo, so over-dimensional cargo comes for transformers because it's a single movement. So let's assume we're talking about BHEL. BHEL is Bharat Heavy Electronics, the government organization. So there will be 5 vendors, and all the jobs will be distributed amongst all 5 depending on their interest. For example, if I am one of the providers which I have a strong presence in the north and the west, and if more north and west movements will be happening, so then probably I'll be having, say, 33% share in that particular total 5 corpus of vendors. So it all depends. It's a case to case basis, but you can say that it's sometimes it's equal, sometimes it's depending on how aggressive I am in that particular region. If I have a return good and a forward good from that particular area, I'll be more aggressive on that front, and I'll get the more share. So in ODC, what I'm trying to say, it's always about 20% that you will get a share. In project logistics, it's only 50%. It's always between 2 people. If there's a project coming up, it is maximum divided into 2 people, but most of the time it's given to a single person altogether. And in general logistics, it is again 4 people which are competing for total say spot bidding. And contract logistics, it's hardly 2 to 3 people who are competing with each other for the contract.
Okay, understood. So that's very great actually. So are we having any concentration with any customers with top 5, top 10, or the revenue is bifurcated also?
It is very equally, it's very equally bifurcated. There is no concentration in any customer.
Understood.
Okay, we have a proper system of credit limits. Our credit control department is very strong in that front. So we give credit limit before starting work with any particular organization. We give them credit limits that this is the maximum work that you will do for this particular organization in this period. And if the limit is about to be utilized by 90%, we take a back foot and we stop supplying them trucks, and we first ask for our payments to be cleared, and then only we will again resume our services. So that way our concentration is not at any few set of customers at any time.
Understood. Okay. And the next question is, can you give us a gross margin, like project-wise? So ODC, what gross margin do we normally have? What about project logistics, contract, and general logistics?
It's a very simple answer. 12% plus is what I have for project logistics and over-dimensional cargo, and 12 and below is for general and contracted.
Okay. So blended, it's coming 9.3 that way. No, so this is EBITDA margin or gross margin?
Gross margin.
Okay, understood. And my last question is, in one of the previous answer you mentioned about low barrier entry in defense. Can you highlight normally what is the entry barrier in other end industries? Like what special do we do in that, and what is our competitive edge normally?
So first of all, the most important thing that customers look at is the financial health and the financial credibility of a service provider. They look at the top line, they look at the bottom line, and they look at the years of experience in this business. So if a company is incorporated 50 years back and right now sitting in front of them for a work, and a company which is just incorporated 5 years back having, say, even 100 crores turnover, and if they are just sitting in the front, so of course the company with more experience will be given the job and the tender and the particular project for that particular movement. That is the first experience. That's the first criteria these companies do have. Second is the network, the branch network. So us having 50 plus branches now, we are almost having 50 branches all over India. So that is what the customers check, that you have a branch network, you have employees all over the country. There's an office everywhere. So if there's any sort of a breakdown or any sort of support needed on a pan-India basis, a large player like us will be able to handle that. Then third and fourth, there are many criteria such as fleet and the promoter confidence and how well versed the team is and how good the team is performing and what's the past record and history of the team members and the promoters.
Understood. Okay. That's all. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you for answering all the questions so patiently.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Our next question comes from the line of Kush Mehta, from an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
You are
Yes,
audible, sir. You may proceed.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. So I wanted to know what will be the revenue contribution from our subsidiary, that is Premier Worldwide Logistics?
It will be negligible, Kush. we do not we will not focus. We are not focusing more on the Premier Worldwide, which is a subsidiary. We are just waiting for a few licenses and a few documentations which might come in the next financial year and not this financial year also. So once that is obtained from various associations, and once we have some more expanded team, we will be focusing more on Premier Worldwide Logistics, and maybe then I will be able to give you a guidance on what contribution of total consolidated numbers will come from Premier Worldwide Logistics.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Another question, like we are right now we're operating around 9 pullers and over 100 axles. So, how many like ODC orders can we execute from this capacity?
In a month, we can do close to 15 by this capacity.
15, right?
15, yes, 15.
Yeah, and roughly what is the average order that we get from the ODC movement?
Average order in terms of the average revenue per order?
Order value, like what is the general average order value from the ODC movement?
It's very, I mean, just to give you an example, if you're right now in Bombay and if you want to go to Pune from Bombay, we will at least charge 10 lakh rupees to do that distance. So you can calculate how the revenues would look like.
Got it. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask questions, you may please press star and 1. Participants, you may press star and 1 if you wish to ask questions. We have no further questions, ladies and gentlemen. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Virender Gupta for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you all for being part of our conference call and for actively participating in the call. We appreciate your support and trust in us. We hope we have been able to address most of your queries. In case of further queries, you may reach out to our investor relation advisor, Stellar Investor Relations. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. On behalf of Premier Roadlines Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.